Hey, how's it going today? It's Wednesday already. I thought it might be worth taking a look at opportunities for support for different competitions that are available. Let's do perhaps five of those. I would need to read those emails either way, so I thought might as well cover it. And most of that information is publicly available for people out there who are interested. Have taken a part in or have taken a look in some of those. There's some of those competitions that might be just interesting experience, I guess. The competitions might ask for some of their time. Some of those competitions might look to address particular issues. So there's a variety of those, right? Let's take a look at five of those, starting with perhaps the first one. That would be manufacturing. This competition name is National Lighthouse Project, and I think it's ongoing thing, and it's looking to improve overall manufacturing, from what I understand, within UK. I haven't read it myself. I have read some of the things that the company is doing, but I haven't read this competition. Let's delve a little bit deeper and try to understand this opportunity. National Lighthouse Project. The future global competitiveness of UK's industry and research relies on applying transformative digital tools to business challenges. In the future, manufacturing will not only be about basic operational capacities, but also about who has more real and reliable data. This is what they are saying, right? But seems that a lot of industries, right, is not necessarily limited to logistics, not necessarily limited to medicine. So many different industries are looking to use data to improve processes, right? More and more. So if we're talking about a company that does manufacturing, we're really talking about the company who does manufacturing and not data, or perhaps technology company mainly, and on something that they do occasionally is when some of the manufacturing as well. It's just because of the data processing, and perhaps some of those processes that could be used, some of the software solutions. Is something that looking at address. Perhaps if it's an industry where you yourself, if not right now, in the future, you're looking to base some of your expertise, or most likely yourself, if you understand manufacturing well, you might consider as well understanding data or technology as well. I'll skip some information, and I would attach a link in the description, and what they're looking to achieve and all the information of that. Since there is so much information that everyone should read about this particular competition, but what you're looking to achieve and everything, as well as I think there's a webinar where they would do a presentation for this opportunity. It's just that if there's a particular area to what I would like to understand, can I take part? If it would be a waste of my time. If I need to read it, it might take an hour from my day, right? So I need to keep it brief, right? So I just need to understand funding and what they're not looking to fund, all those basics first. Challenge brief. For this project, you be an established UK company with a proven track record. As an established company, you must be registered in the UK and be able to provide full accounts for the previous 3 financial years. Having already developed transformative and disruptive solutions, processes, or services, your Lighthouse project will describe how you will support manufacturing SMEs on their smart manufacturing journey and encourage them to realize the potential of manufacturing data. All solutions, processes, or services must be readily usable by SMEs without risking business disruption or incurring significant costs. I'm not entirely sure what they're looking at. Based on how they're structuring this challenge brief, most likely they might be interested in focusing on solution side. So again, that's my opinion, right? I need to give a disclaimer, right? Perhaps they, again, so I need to read all the documents, but again, sometimes the way how they would write down those briefs, sometimes they will like you to show how to do it, right? They like to show how to do it and take all that information that you show how to do it and spread it to the rest of the businesses, which is can be classified as a trade secret. So it depends. It depends. There's a lot of very smart people who like to take all your trade secrets and spread it around the UK, I guess. So, if anything, what I'm saying, you need to be very careful with some of those challenges, right? And funding, we are open today established industry professional sector organizations which can provide skills, support, and solutions to manufacturing SMEs grant funding of up to 315,000, which is a tricky number since usually that funding before it used to come from Europe and something that was called de minimis, where they would offer you 200,000 pounds or euros at the time. Now they have increased that to 315 just because value of capital have fallen by a lot, as well as there's a lot of terms, I think. To receive that money, you need to take part in a consortium where you would need to work with one of the government institutions, and the government institution would give you that money. And every 3 or 4 years or so years, you can there's a budget allocated. That budget would be 315, and any business can take from overseen by that organization can take to manage some kind of operations for that government or organization, if that makes sense. So that government organization will hire your company to solve a particular problem, and perhaps in this brief they are saying they would like to take some of the trade secrets, purchase those trade secrets from your organization and sell it to others, from what I understand. But again, not necessarily limited to how I understood it. So perhaps there's a different ways how to look at this, some of those contracts. Perhaps this institution is looking to solve very important problems, right? For people who are interested in sharing all information. Unless, so again, so it's many ways how to solve different projects. It's just one of those ways. Let's delve a little bit deeper and try to understand what usually not necessarily would be covered within a project brief, what they're actually trying to solve. Only after you start reading a contract in itself, it would disclose some of those areas there. But usually would say I cannot discuss some of those areas. So what I'm saying is, always I would always try to protect all information as I can, and seems that they're not looking to solve any particular problem other than show a system or offer services, right? They're not. That's how I understood it. It just there within the brief, which is gonna be below, they are talking about some of those areas who should apply or who can apply if they're interested, right? From there, we taking a look at program benefits, always covering those, as well as program requirements. Let's touch on those briefly. Successful delivery of the funded concept development project within the team, evidence of commitment to the long-term sustainability of the project throughout the implementation phase, the delivery. There's so much information, but they are trying to hide their real intentions with nonsense. From there, what they sometimes, not necessarily, most of those companies, what they actually are looking to purchase is data to be uploaded to their system. That, if that makes sense. So all the work that you commit to long-term sustainability and upload all the data that you would be doing to their system, something that's called DEP system. So perhaps they will look into, so whatever you might be within the company doing, they might build their own system, and you will need to commit in uploading all the data on their system so they can track everything what you're doing within your operations, which is kind of interesting the way how they would package some of those projects. But either way, That's my own personal understanding. Stay safe out there, and working or collaborating with some of those organizations, right? Minimum requirements: only UK-based organizations are eligible to receive funding. The next one: the majority of the work must be carried out within the UK. Next one: the project must be hosted in the UK. And the next one: lead applicants can be any organization, so it could be micro, small, medium, or large, any type of, or perhaps structure. It could be for-profit, not-profit, and there's a different any type basically. As well as the last part would be all applicants must comply with the relevant subsidiary control requirements, state assistance, so that's where the funding will be coming from. So the contract perhaps is more or less is okay, and it's perhaps they're looking to support. I'm not entirely sure if anything myself from what I have read about what would be happening with the data and everything what you would be doing. So not necessarily myself. I'm interested in collaborating with some of those organizations, but yet I haven't done anything with those. Right, so worth it perhaps sitting down and having a chat first before jumping into conclusions. But myself, I don't see, or perhaps the way how I'm seeing it, some of those organizations, is in particular when we're talking about data, those organizations are so far ahead with some of the opportunities that they can receive. They will grab other manufacturers where they would collect all the data from what they are doing and use that data. Something that's happening all the time when talking about technology. This is an impression that I got, right? Hopefully not, but before I would make any decision, I will sit down and try to reach out to some of the team members and have a chat if that's not something that they're looking to do, right? Yeah. I have published a course for people who are interested in learning more and or defining some of those areas that would be important for everyone. I have broken down this course in 12 different parts, 12 different areas that would be important to learn for everyone. Some of those areas would be things like a budget, how to set targets, what would be major tasks that everyone would need to overcome. Very important areas. Some of those areas haven't been taught in school. It depends on what kind of schools people are going. Normally, it wouldn't be taught in school. All those things I had to learn for myself, as well as I'm looking to share those areas within the course. It's just over an hour a long course. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. If not, there is a QR code in the corner and company's website below. What engineers are trying to achieve, I'm always with them with engineers, but there are some business people out there. Yeah, with the business people, it's a completely different story, right? Most of the time, engineers are looking to solve the problem in the best, effective, efficient way possible. This is engineers, right? But there might be some business people out there. And then, when we are talking about some of those legal contracts, well, I'm trying to bring everyone's attention. It's not about engineering anymore. When we're taking a look at some of those contracts, right? Just in particular, when sharing very sensitive information is something that you yourself you spend so much time developing your skills and knowledge in some of those areas, right? So if anyone try to stay safe up there, right? Particularly when sharing very important information about your business and how you make a living. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.